What is Resident Evil Veronica? It's a question I've seen a little bit online from people who may not be as in the know about Resident Evil. So, I wanted to do a little discussion and breakdown to tell people what Resident Evil Veronica is. Resident Evil Veronica is a remake of the Resident Evil game released in 2000 titled Code Veronica, or later named Code Veronica X in re-releases. What Code Veronica is it's picking up Claire's journey from the end of Resident Evil 2. In Resident Evil 2, Claire was looking for her brother Chris, and this is her story picking up. You find out he's in Europe, and Claire is now in France looking for Chris. The story of Code Veronica is arguably the most important for the series. It's the game that pretty much defined the future of Resident Evil. It continued Claire's story right off Resident Evil 2 looking for Chris and looking more into Umbrella Corporation. It also reintroduced us to Albert Wesker after Resident Evil 1, who was presumed dead back then, and also establishes the rivalry between Chris and Wesker, which is a very huge part of the future. Capcom's tagline for the Veronica remake is simply a story driven by love, hate, and madness, which all in all I think describes the story of Code Veronica very well. The core of the game is about love. It is about the love of the Redfield siblings, that sibling bond that they have, and it really puts them to the test through the story. And even with that, they're opposed by the Ashford siblings, Alfred and Alexia, and it's about that bond that they share and on opposite ends of the side. And the hate is so much filled with Wesker's story and how much he despises Chris. The reveal trailer for Resident Evil Veronica shows us what is presumably the intro of this game, of Claire going through Chris's apartment in France. And at the end of the teaser, she is kidnapped by what is presumed to be Hunk of the USS. This is a drastically different intro, if this is the case, to what the original game had. The original game was a very action-packed intro of Claire raiding an Umbrella facility looking for Chris, and she's captured at the end of it after a giant action sequence. So I think it's safe to say that was probably cut, but it does seem that the Code Veronica remake is going for a much more serious tone than the original had, whereas the original had a much more campy and unserious vibe to it, with a lot of very silly moments that are very quoted and clipped a lot in these online spaces.
I cannot let you escape now.
Alfred, you cross-dressing freak!
Chris, oh little fishy, come see my hook. Who'd have thought you'd be hanging about? All the better for me.
What were you doing here? Who brought you here, and where is your family?
Shut up! I don't want to talk about it!
I despise Chris.
What are you gonna do to him?
Characters you can expect to see again in this game are Claire Redfield, of course, Chris Redfield, Albert Wesker, Steve Burnside, Alfred Ashford, Alexia Ashford. Originally, I planned to go into a lot more depth on all the little intricacies of Code Veronica and a lot of the stuff in this teaser and talk about them, but I've decided against it now because the whole idea of this video was to be about telling somebody who may not know what Code Veronica is a little bit of background about the game. It's a very good story for Resident Evil, one of the best it has to offer. And if this will be your first time experiencing it next year with the release of Resident Evil Veronica, I don't want to ruin that story for you. So, are you excited for the game? If you are, let me know. And I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that this was at all good. Please, if there's anything maybe I could have done better, please let me know down below. I've been Valen. Thank you all for watching and listening, and I'll see you all next time.